Hi there, welcome along. We've been talking about a business model for the social enterprise organization, and today we're going to move it a little bit forward because the last video I showed you the business model template. So today I want to look at some of the information that can help you make a decision on what to actually include on your social enterprise business model template. My name is Boomy Tokan. So let's get straight into it. If the video is getting long, I will just cut it and do another video, do a second video or a third video or whatever. But I think ultimately I'm going to do at least 3 different videos in order to get my point across for you, to help you to write and complete your business model template. So the way I plan to do it is this. I'm going to cover in this video, maybe under 2 videos, but it could be definitely, I know it would be 1. I'm going to cover the target group. I'm going to give you information that will help you to decide on how to select your target group, the problems and pains you're going to solve, how to select those, and also how to develop the kind of products that you are going to do. I may actually at some point, as part of this series of videos, I'm going to talk about the lean methodology and the MVP, minimum viable product. So I will be looking at that at some later videos. So the second video that I'm definitely going to do is to cover relationships, key partners, key activities, outputs, channels, and key resources. And then finally, we'll look at the financial part of it, which is the income streams, cost, and the difference. Okay? So let's get started. What kind of information would help you determine the target group that you should have? So let me give you what I would like to say. Now, I'm using for analysis the supported housing for the homeless as the example. And we're kind of looking at a double bottom line or a triple bottom line, depending on how you want to look at it, whether you want to say, oh, it's just got to do with profit and people, or it's got to do with people, product, and profit and planet, or people, planet, and profit, or whichever one you're comfortable with. But how do I decide on the target group? The first thing to know is you got to have a target group. There's nothing like, I don't have a target group, or whatever people trying to think about. They're trying to say, oh, I just want to supply my activities to the youth. Well, what's that? Somebody was talking to me today, for example, one of my clients was talking to me about he wants to supply some activities to the youth. So in my mind, I thought, especially when he was talking about, oh, you know, we used to do like maths and English booster classes. I thought youth, that's like 11, 12, 13, 14. So I just thought, just ask him and clarify. I said, okay, how old are the youth? And he said 17. I'm like, okay, I would have got that wrong. It was not going to be his fault. It's my fault because I didn't ask the questions. So the point I'm making is there's nothing like my target group is youth. What is the age group of those target group that you call youth? Is it because youth can be termed from, 7 to 10 or 13, definitely early teens, or are you talking later teens into adults? Depending on what it is. So for this particular example, the target group that this service is looking at has to be well defined, whether it's going to be male or female, what kind of age group are they going to be. You got to do the same. There's nothing like everybody will like your services. That's not going to happen. That's just not how life works. Not everybody likes Coca-Cola. Not everybody likes Amazon. Would you like Amazon? Yeah, not everybody likes Amazon. Not everybody likes particular supermarkets. People have their own choices. So you've got to decide and home in on your target group. So choosing a target group you are passionate about is one of the key ways to help you to determine what your target group should be. Are you passionate about abused women? Let your target group be that. You can say abused women. You might even reduce that or limit that or niche that is a better word, to niche that to maybe abused women over 40, abused women over 50, abused women between the ages of 20 to 30, whatever it is. But the tighter your niche is, the easier it is for you to market, the more funding you can get. Yeah, actually, you can get more funding if you narrow your market than try to broaden it. Because organizations who give funding to individual companies, or what they call, in quote unquote, smaller companies, i.e. maybe you're turning over $1 million or $2 million, they know you got to narrow your product. So perhaps if you're an organization like, I don't know, Red Cross, probably then you are very broad and you're reaching the world, then it's different. You can have a broad, let's not copy the major corporations who tend to have broad markets. No, we got to have a narrow market. And the third point I made there on this slide is you got to have, and because you have limited resources, you need to narrow your focus. One thing that can help you is to create an avatar. An avatar really is a profile. Well, that's what I call a profile. So you might say, well, my target market is, or my target group, or my group of beneficiaries are young men between the ages of 20 or 18 to 25 who live in a particular kind of location, who maybe they don't have a job, or they have a job, or it's a low paying job and they need extra skills so that they can bolster their opportunities for the future. Whatever it is, they are BAMEs, or they are from a particular part of the country, or whatever. Have an avatar so that when you meet with that person, you instinctively know these are the type of people that I want to reach. And the first point is a very important point, which is that once you have made a choice, I said every homeless person will not use your service. You saying every homeless person will use your service. The point is no, not every homeless person will use your service. And the other thing about that no is that the way you know, and KNWO, the way you know that you've chosen a target group is that you can say NO, no, to some other people. If you cannot say no to other people, then you have not chosen a target group, and you really need to choose a target group. Actually, I'm going to stop my video on this video on the target group, because I think it's getting a bit longer than I thought. But it's really important, because this is the building block. This is where it starts. So who are going to be your target group? Who are your users or beneficiaries? And who are going to be your stakeholders? They could be all different. They're likely to be different. At least your users and beneficiaries could be the same, but your stakeholders could be very, very different. So the point I'm making is choose a target group. I cannot overemphasize it. People are always trying to get out of choosing a target group because they think they're going to lose out. They think that if they start, they have to stay there. No. If you start with a group, let's say you want to run an abuse, domestic abuse organization, or you want to run and help towards domestic abuse people, you may start with the over 50s. It doesn't mean that you're always going to be the over 50s organization. No, you can then go and say, okay, now we've done over 50s and we've got that market sewn up. We know what we're doing. We've learned, we've got funding. We are good to go. We're even selling some of our products. Now I want to target the 30 to 40s. And now you can, after you finish that, you might say, well, now I want to target the 20 to 30s. You could do it that way. It doesn't mean that you are stuck there. It actually means that you can expand and grow your business, because having a target market will help you to focus your resources to a particular or in a particular direction. Okay. I'm going to stop on target markets, and I'm going to come back in the next video as we go on considering the problems and pains you are solving. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.